Good morning. We're out for our daily dog walk. We thought we'd bring you with us and have a chat while we're walking. So we've already lost about 45 minutes on this walk because we bumped into a man that Carlo knew. I'd never seen him before. Carlo's already met him.
Sì, si chiama Carlo come me.
Yeah. So he is a hunter and he was on this piece of land that the hunters use, and he invited us in to have a look. And it was not at all what I expected. They've got all these tables and chairs there, and there's a little kitchen and there's a bathroom, and they meet there after a hunt and they have big meals. I mean, they obviously cook what they've caught if they catch anything. And there was a table, they said the other day, they had a meal for 95 people. So, and that's just our little village. So it's really nice to meet these people and find out all these things that we didn't know about. It was a surprise. I didn't expect to see all those tables and chairs down there. I mean, there was one little room, it looked like a canteen with like 6 or 7 different tables.
Sì, mi piace molto il fatto. Praticamente noi siamo entrati in una comunità, è pieno di persone molto accoglienti, molto gentili, è facile chiacchierare con loro e mi piace tanto. E davvero mi sento come se fossi in una nuova Positano, no? Dal punto di vista della comunità. E trovo tutto questo molto molto rassicurante e molto entusiasmante.
Yeah, there's also, I think, almost a little bit more of a community Positano has a community obviously, but I think Positano is so saturated with visitors and tourists that it's difficult for them to organise community events anymore. In fact, the famous fish festival in Positano has been cancelled over the last few years because it became too crowded and it was dangerously busy, so they've had to stop it. Whereas here, last week there was a town dinner with karaoke.
Yeah, very funny.
I was in England, so I didn't go, but Carlo went and it was good fun. We also went to another town, a street dinner, where they had I think there was 84 people. And there was all along the street, they actually shut the road, both ends, and had a big table and everybody sat there, so we got to meet some of the people from the village, and it's really nice. So,
sì, buon cibo, buona amicizia, nice chat. Cosa desiderare di più?
Yeah, we feel like we're settling in pretty well. Ieri sera stavo parlando con Deacon e ho detto che non mi sento ancora che è casa mia, non mi sento ancora a casa, mi sento ancora che Positano è casa, e questo ancora tra troppe memorie dell'ex padrone, non mi sento che è il mio, diciamo. E Deacon ha detto che ci vuole 3 anni per far sentire bene casa, mentre mio fratello me l'aveva detto ci vuole 9 mesi, 1 anno. Io non lo so, non è che ho l'esperienza di questo, però...
Sinceramente io mi sento già a casa qua.
Tu ti senti già a casa?
Sì, nella casa sì. Fuori...
Sì, nella casa. La casa...
Fuori ancora no, perché è così tante le persone a Positano che conosco praticamente tutti. Qua non è così, ovviamente. Sì, voglio dire, non trovo differenza, so che diventerà così.
Dove andiamo? It's a bit muddy. E io credo che noi abbiamo, che normalmente quando tu compri una casa tu non hai contatto con gli ex padroni della casa, e io credo che noi siamo venuti troppo vicino a loro, cioè quasi un'amicizia, l'abbiamo conosciuto troppo bene, e per me ancora sembra casa loro, anche se l'abbiamo cambiato i mobili e tutte le cose, non lo so, ci vuole tempo ancora.
Sì, ci vorrà ancora tempo, però non trovo niente di male che ci vuole un po' di tempo.
This pathway is not hugely used, as you can tell. And I totally got the wrong shoes on. I did not put my hiking shoes on this morning. I put white trainers on. Not ideal. We did this pathway in February last time, and it was it was like a road. It was completely clear. Now it's so overgrown. It seems like a totally different thing. I've had to check on the map to make sure we're actually on the pathway because it's completely unrecognisable to what I remember it being. We seem to be out in a big open area now. One thing I love about here is all the wide open spaces that you just come across, and there's just so much room everywhere and space, and you can breathe.
Sembra di camminare in una giungla.
One good thing since we've come back and the temperature's dropped is all the horseflies have gone, and also all the crickets have stopped singing because they only sing above 24 degrees, I think. So they've all stopped and it's quite quiet now. It's quite peaceful. Another day, another dog walk, and we have a couple of questions to answer. I asked my patrons to send me some questions, and we've got a great subject to talk about now, thanks to Stefano and Marie. They asked us to tell you about the olive harvest, which is coming soon. How does it work? What are we going to do? Are we going to sell the oil? So, when are we going to do our olive harvest?
We don't know. I think in the end, the October.
Yes.
And yeah, we have some help for the neighbor.
From the neighbour.
Yeah.
Look at us spiego io.
Yeah.
So our neighbour Giovanni, who is our land neighbour, he is a professional olive harvester. So he is going to help us this year because it's our first year. We don't have any equipment or anything. So he's going to come and help us. He's going to show us what to do, and I think he's going to come with his son and we're going to all do it together. And he gets paid by keeping 50% of what we make. So he will get a big percentage of that. He reckons, we've asked him how much olive oil he thinks we could harvest, and he says about 100 litres. So we
Almeno 100 litri,
at
ma
least.
forse anche di più.
Yeah, so we definitely don't need that much olive oil. So he will take half of it. We will keep half of it this year. What are we going to do with our share? Cosa facciamo con la nostra quota?
Vabbè, se facciamo almeno 50 litri di olio, una parte la teniamo per noi e una parte la regaliamo. Verrà qualche amico.
Famiglia.
La famiglia, sicuramente qualche litro di olio arriverà anche in Inghilterra.
Yeah.
Sì, bella mosca sul naso.
Yeah, so I think this year we will be gifting it to friends and family and trying to get some back to England for my family there. And then we will see next year whether we want to do it ourselves and possibly sell. I think it's probably very hard to sell from Italy. There's probably so many regulations that we possibly wouldn't be allowed to do it. But possibly I could take it back to England and sell it from there. I don't know. It's something we have to look into. We do have some friends of mine coming. They're hoping that they're going to come and coincide with the olive harvest and help us pick. And they're coming at the end of October. But we can't put a set date on when the harvest will happen. Our neighbour will decide and let us know when he thinks it's the right time.
Certo, dipende dalla maturazione delle olive. Se le olive sono ancora verdi non le raccogliamo. Quando le olive iniziano a diventare un po' marroni, che cambiano colore, allora sono pronti per raccogliere.
Yeah, and some of them are starting to change now because I've seen a few dark ones on the trees already. So it's imminent. And this is another reason why we're not going back to Positano now in mid-October like we'd originally planned, because we've got to be here just in case we have to do the harvest. And another question, Amy asked, how has being in a different region of Italy affected our eating and cooking habits? Is it very different?
Yeah, since here have a more quality of meat, more opportunity in a restaurant. I am talking about restaurant. Than in Positano, and we have less opportunity to have some vegetables. I don't know why, but we have less choice.
Yes, there's in Positano, on the Amalfi Coast, in that area, there's always big salads and lots of grilled vegetables available in restaurants, and here there's much less choice. It's very meat orientated and pasta orientated. Lots of cold cuts and cheeses, but not many vegetables at all. So we eat out, I suppose, a bit less unless guests are coming. And at home I make sure I include lots and lots of vegetables in our diet because that's my favourite thing.
Yeah. For regarding the fish, is the same than Positano?
Not exactly the same, because I went to the fishmongers, the pescheria, the other day, and I asked for Tuscany, which would be flying squid in English, which I cook with a lot in Positano, and they didn't have any. And they said I would have to go to Livorno and maybe find it there.
Yeah,
so
of course you find in Livorno, because we are not very close to the sea.
Yeah.
This is normal.
So obviously on the Amalfi Coast it's a lot of fish-based, seafood-based meals, whereas here we're more inland, so it's more, well, it's quite gamey as well. You find on the menus there's rabbit, wild boar, all the classic Tuscan things.
Yeah, and apart la mozzarella, per il resto è uguale.
Yeah. So at home I pretty much cook the same stuff. There's a few Tuscan dishes I should be trying soon, but yeah, pretty much the same.
Inoltre ci sono altre domande che ci arrivano riguardo alle mie magliette e che alcuni di voi non sanno come comprarlo. È molto semplice, basta andare nel link in descrizione sotto il video su YouTube e potete comprarle lì. Evviva il nostro
I have other questions arriving and I'm going to save them for a future video because otherwise this one's going to be way too long. So thank you for watching, and we will see you on Sunday on the Positano Diaries and next Wednesday back on Aperitivo 50 here. Thank you for watching.
Ciao a tutti!
Bye!